Welcome, I'm the Zabi Master, and yes, this is a little weird how I'm doing this. I just recorded a 40-minute video like literally 30 seconds ago, and now I'm going to be editing it, and you're going to be with me the whole time. I made an analytics video like a couple of days ago, whatever, and I showed a little bit of the editing process, but then I thought, what if I just dedicate an entire video to that? And so then I wasn't sure which video I'd show editing, so I just recorded a little 40-minute thing, trip down memory road, and that's what I'm going to be editing right now. So what I do is I open DaVinci Resolve, which I have down here. Takes quite a while to load, so you're just going to have to be patient. I get the recording, which is right here. I'm just going to drag it over. It wants me to change the project frame rate. I don't really care about that, so I'm just going to hit change. That's what I do all the time, and it works. Then I drag it down into the timeline. Now I go over to the timeline. I have to like wait until it properly just quickly renders out. And then I select my cutting tool and I zoom in as much as I can. Welcome. Then I hit play and then I kind of like listen to myself, I guess. Welcome, I'm the Zabi Master and I'm going to be playing 40 Minor for no particular reason. So I listen to that and I go, yeah, that sounds fine to me. Then I make a cut here at the end of where I stop speaking and I just drag the thingy, the red thingy, all the way over to when I start speaking next, just because I'm going to cut all this out. It's just me loading up the game. And then I look at the transition and see if it's good enough. No particular reason. So this is the... Yeah, seems good enough to me. And then I just continue listening. World that you might have seen. And I keep an eye out for gaps like this, maybe if I want to cut it or not. So here is a pretty long gap of where I'm not talking, so I'm going to cut that. There you go, make it look a bit better. And then here's another gap, so I'm going to do another cut. So I'm going to listen to this part. Well, first of all, I'm going to cut this. And then I'm going to listen to this part because it sounded a little sketchy. And yeah, this is the world that it's actually a really old world. I've done quite a lot of things in here. So I kind of like stuffed up my speaking. I said this. And yeah, this is the world that it's actually a really old world. I've done quite a lot of things in here. But it kind of sounds natural because I'm kind of having a conversation, so I'm fine with it. But sometimes I do say something, it makes no sense, and then I restate it, and then I just cut that out. So you have to listen out for stuff like that. And then another gap, so of course I'm going to cut. This is like the main thing I do. I just cut out these gaps in here from various different videos, like this one gives me nightmares. So that cut I didn't really like. So I'm going to just extend this a little bit. Yeah, from various different videos, like this one gives me nightmares. There you go. So I think this word I'm saying here is this, and you couldn't really hear the th very well. So also a problem that I face all the time, and it's so frustrating, is that I speak too fast and I'm not clear enough. This happens a lot, and it is so annoying when it happens, and there's nothing I can really do about it other than maybe put in a subtitle or just cut the whole thing out or YOLO it or whatever. So this is another gap. DaVinci can be quite laggy. You're just going to have to bear in mind with that. So I did actually look at the arrow enough. I was a little concerned by cutting I would miss the arrow, which does happen sometimes, like if you're not, like say, oh, look at that cloud, and I say that as I'm not looking at the cloud because I had just looked at it. You have to make sure you include the cloud you look at, or whatever the circumstances. Okay, I'm going to cut this part out. Again, it's just a gap that's not necessary. Also shortens down the video, I guess. Okay, here's another big gap. Platform over there. And the reason why I'm not cutting out this gap is just because it seems a bit natural, just keeping this. Temps, more arrows, platform over there. It also allows the viewer to see it a lot easier, like see the platform. Another gap, I'm gonna cut that out. Okay, so I've included this first part just because I want to see the viewer watch me go on the platform and have a bit of a look around. So now I'm just gonna zoom out a little and then cut this out. This third one is a custom zoom, and I've just set it to this just because it's like in between the two zooms. Like this is the extreme zoom in, that's the extreme zoom out. This one's kind of in between. Platform. Oh, it feels good. Yeah, I'm happy with that cut. So this is, I've been talking for quite a while here, as you can see, and I haven't cut anything. So to me, I'm pretty cool because I think this is pretty good. Okay, here's another gap, so of course it's another cut. Okay, here we have a problem. I said the word blocks, but it's not really clear, is it? Blocks here. A bunch of blocks here. Is there a bunch of blocks here? It kind of sounds like I'm saying box. This is one of those moments where the microphone doesn't pick up my voice really well, and I'm also kind of mumbling. so it's kind of hard to hear. Why is there a bunch of blocks here? So I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to trust the viewers that you can understand me, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna review one more time. Plan on doing, just because I can't be bothered. Also, why is there a bunch of blocks here? Okay, I'll just pick them up, I guess, with my epic solenoid collector. I'm sure it's fine. Another gap though, so of course I'll cut that. I also do a lot of cutting of gaps when I'm finishing a sentence, just because if you don't, then it kind of sounds a bit unnatural and weird. Is a bit more of a gap where I walk to the next location, but I'm just going to cut over to when I start speaking next. So yeah, so something happened and then I reacted. I need to include the thing that happened, so I'm going to drag this back, extend this clip a bit, so you can see it. Whoa. There you go. And then I'm being attacked. That is exactly what I wanted, and then of course the gaps. I'm going to cut this. But yeah, so you're going to have to keep in mind with that. But yeah, that is exactly what I wanted. Here's another gap. I did do a bunch of talking right there, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Look at that. This is definitely a really big gap, but look how big of a thing that is. That's really cool. A lot of nostalgia for me, especially with my first successful house. It does have a lot of nostalgia. I really like 40 Miner. I have edited all my 40 Miner videos, and I think 40 Miner was like the 5th or 6th video I had ever done. So it has a lot of nostalgia for editing too, just because I had no idea what I was doing. And also, like, it was really glitchy when I scrolled and it distorted my voice. So instead of putting in subtitles like I definitely should have, I just, like, when I drag in a text, I put a gap here and just made it fade to black like this, instead of just having it over the top like a subtitle. Successful house. Like that. It really annoys me that I didn't do that. And I had a couple comments on that video saying, why didn't you just make subtitles? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. And that's stayed with me ever since. So yeah, shout out to Ramda too, by the way. I mean, he is phenomenal at editing, and he puts a lot more effort than I do into editing his stuff. So he definitely deserves the position he's at. It's like triple the amount of everything that I have. He definitely deserves more, actually, because I don't know, his editing is really well done, and he does deserve a lot more. So if you're watching this, you don't know who Ramda is, definitely check him out. He also makes 40 Miner content a lot better than I do, might I add. So yeah, and yeah, the only reason why I came back to 40 Miner, because I had actually given up on 40 Miner. I made a video about like 40 Miner has broken me, because I tried to build like a Tesseract or whatever. I had no idea what I'm doing, and I just discovered at the end of the video, I have no idea what I'm doing. I can't be bothered finding out. I'm going to stop it with 40 Miner and maybe just check out some of the updates. But then when I watched Ramda's tutorial of building a house, I was inspired and I built this house, and this series continued, and it added like an extra 20 episodes or whatever. So yeah, okay, here's another big gap. I've just done some more cutting. You kind of get the idea at this point. I'm looking here and I'm at 1 minute 52, and the total up here is 11 minutes 45. Now, by the way, just ignore the fact that there's a 1 there. It says like 1 hour, 1 minute and 52 minutes. I have no idea why it's there. It really bothers me, but just ignore this first number. And you know what's even more annoying? If a video does go past an hour, this will say 2, like it's 2 hours when it's not 2 hours. It's so frustrating. But yeah, I don't know, just ignore that. Okay, something did happen and you didn't really see it that well, so I'm gonna rewind a little. Yeah, that'll do. Do I want to do a zoom? Whoa. I'm going to say no, just because it'll look kind of confusing, and having the context of everything else will kind of make it look a bit better. So I'm going to say no for a zoom there. Okay, here I just stuff up with the positioning, and then I look up on the comments of one of my previous 40 Miner videos, because apparently the controls had changed or something like that. It was broken or whatever. So that was a big gap. So I closed that down, and as you can see, the total length is 9 minutes. I'm 2 minutes in, meaning I've got about 7 minutes left, which is usually about 14 minutes editing. It usually just doubles, kind of depending on what it is. If it's PVZ2 and there's a lot of gaps where I'm not doing anything because I'm just trying to get through the level, or just I'm playing a game where there's a lot of gaps like that, editing can be a lot quicker, but it mostly just depends. Okay, it's a little bit laggy because of DaVinci, but you're going to just have to trust it. All right. These houses here. Okay, another gap. Of course I'm going to cut. I don't know why this chest didn't work, by the way. Like, I was right-clicking it, it wasn't opening. And then this one did work, and there was another chest that I tried to open late in the video, and it wasn't working. So I don't really know what was happening with the chest there. I hope that one day, like, the main reason why I put the stone in there is because I hope that one day in the future I'm just going to come back to this house and forget that I had the stone in there, open the chest and then see the stone. But to be honest, I didn't really want to put anything that valuable in there because I kind of suspect that it's going to get deleted, because there was like a glitch in the past where you could put stuff in a chest but then it would get deleted after like 1 minute or whatever. So I don't know if it's going to get deleted like that, or I don't know if it's going to get deleted because of the world updating or whatever. But yeah, I hope that I do see that stone one day in the future. 303 stone for whatever reason. And I said for whatever reason because I didn't really want to tell you, just because I wanted to forget about it and want you to forget about it too. So it's a surprise for everyone. Yeah, I'm cutting out a big of a gap, so I zoomed out, zoomed back in, and I'm all good. Also, I guess keybinds, I press space for pausing and playing. I mean, that's a pretty obvious one. I also press backspace to delete the selected clips I have. That's pretty much all the keybinds. Like I select this, although I could press B for blade mode. I thought it was going to be C for cut mode, but yeah, whatever. I also click these and I click these. I don't know if there is a keybind for them. I can't be bothered finding out. Yeah, I don't really use keybinds a whole lot, but I do occasionally. I know this is like a tiny insignificant cut, but I just hate those gaps. I want to get rid of them. So I'm leaving in this gap just because you're kind of seeing me go up the stairs. I probably should have talked about them because they're really unique to 40 Miner stairs, where you can go vertical really quickly. It's literally just a single block and you can go up 4 blocks, which is a little insane to think about in Minecraft, where you would have to jump up 4 blocks in this like kind of staircase thing. But in this, you just need a single stair halfway up the wall and you're all good. Okay, bit of a gap. This is while I'm scrolling, so I kind of want to include it. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm actually just walking out and going to the next part. Okay, so never mind. So I'm actually going to do a zoom in here. House over there. When I say over there, so what I do is I want to, when do I want to stop zooming? This is my lazy way of doing it. I kind of evolved this from the last editing video. So I'm going to stop the zoom in here. So I'm going to start it here. So I'm going to press the red things over there. And I want the zoom in to finish zooming in here. Yeah, that'll do, I guess. House over there in the Y direction. Yeah, that works. Oh, go away, Spies. And the reason why I just cut it back out is because it looks fine, but also I'm just lazy. I can't be bothered copying pasting the coordinates like 3 different times. Yeah, that's why I do that. Okay, here I scroll through the settings a bit, so there's a bit of a gap. Meaning I cut it out. So just some more cutting, nothing too interesting. So here you can kind of hear the background music, which is good. Like this is the in-game background music. I always feel fatal with the desktop audio section of OBS just because I can never get it where I want it. Also, have I really been recording for that long? Wow. Yeah, I can never really get it to where I want it to, just because I don't want it to be too loud, I don't want it to be too quiet. Different games are different things and I don't know how loud a game is until I play it. So I kind of have to guess half the time and then I forget to change it later. So it's a little bit all over the place. Of course, another big gap, so I'm going to change this. I think I want to. Size is going to change. Oh, look at it expand. Yeah, this is fine. But I'm going to keep in this just because you're watching it expand. What did I say here? It's really weird. Yeah, it is really weird. So obviously, so it's been like 20 minutes of editing this. I've only gone through like 5 minutes or whatever. And usually this is not the case just because I'm talking a lot, I'm pausing, I'm not doing it. Normally normally it just takes about double, so it'll be about 28 minutes of editing and then I'd be done. Double is the main thing, double the recording. So 14 minutes of recording equals 28 minutes of editing. Again, it does depend. Say in PVZ2, there's a lot of times where I'm not talking, so 1 hour of recording in PVZ might only equal an hour and a half of editing rather than 2. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So I've just been cutting out gaps every now and then. Feel free to look at the video and like kind of see me do this, because I'm not going to change this after recording this, by the way, so you can actually see it in real time, which is pretty cool. Okay, so here is a bit of a problem. I stuffed up my speaking. I said this, into this again, what? How do I get into this again? What coordinate am I on, is what I said. But the only problem is that there's a big gap between what and coordinate. Just take a look. How do I enter this again? What coordinate do I have to be on? I don't know what really happened there. I've probably done that during this recording session right now. It happens because I'm just trying to think and I don't really notice it because I'm focusing on like 3 different things. So I have to kind of cut this down, but also not make it sound too weird. So I tried before, this is my second attempt. This again, what coordinate do I have to be on? It doesn't sound great. I don't really like that too much, but I don't really think there's much I can do. I think that's the best that I can do. So I'm just gonna move on from that. And E is sand. I'm really proud of this, by the way, the Q is blue and E is sand thing with the secret house, where I can like go into different rooms and you can go all over the place. I was really proud of it because I came up with it all on my own. I mean, other people definitely would have done the same thing, and maybe I have seen it before and it's like a subconscious memory or whatever, but I did come up with that whole system by myself, or at least specifically using sand and the midnight leaves or whatever it's called. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay, here we go. So I've just edited a whole bunch up until this point because I was waiting until I brought in Future Zarb. So this is what I said back then. One of the videos. Future Zarb, can you show me which one it is? Yeah, go check out that one, and then, yeah, so basically I just call on Future Zarb. I've done this quite a few times. It's kind of more of a recent thing. But basically what I do is I move the window to the side a bit. I guess there's OBS. And I have Future Zarb in a folder. This took me ages to get to work properly because of like the transparency of the background and whatnot. And it was kind of a huge mess. But eventually I kind of got this system to work. It has to be in a folder for whatever reason, just in order for the background to be good. I just drag it in there. And then I'll get rid of this folder. So here we go. It's there somewhere. It's one of the videos. Future Zarb, can you... So yeah, I guess I could just like leave it this long. But first things first, I want to make the size. So I want to make me a bit smaller. And by the way, I'm Future Zarb right now, so that's pretty cool. Then I'm going to send him off to the left, just because this is where he is going to be. And then when I call him Future Zarb, I kind of want him to start moving here, so I'll press the reds. And then finish moving here. So I'll drag him over to like here, I guess, and then let's watch this. It's one of the videos. Future Zarb, can you show me? Okay, and then when I have this gap of not speaking, I'll bring in some text, chuck that over the top. I'll just say like, okay, ... I like to be very sarcastic for some reason, just to like kind of argue with my past self. It's one of the videos. Future Zarb, can you show me which one it is? Okay, that seems long enough. And then I will say like, I don't know, here it is, I guess. There you go. All right, cool. Also, I hold down Alt while moving this because usually it snaps and it's so frustrating. So if I hold down Alt, it doesn't do that. All right, there you go. Okay, so I start speaking sooner than I would like. So I'm just going to copy this part where I'm not speaking and kind of just paste a couple times, just so I have plenty of time to do what I want. Also, I said here it is a bit too slowly. Let me just... Okay, yeah, that seems good enough. Now I have to find out which video... What did I have to do? Oh, it's the first video I started, Zarbyland World. So I'm going to have to find that now. So I'm over on YouTube Studio. Also, while I'm here, I might as well look at the old dashboard. I am up to date on comments. This video did pretty well, I guess. I'm just going to go to playlists, go down to 40 Miner, which is here. There's 33 40 Miner videos. There you go. So this is my first 40 Miner video, and this is my second one. Very nostalgic, very old, like May of 2022. Like, geez. Okay, so it looks like... I think it's this one, attempting to build a 40 house 40 miner. Okay, so here's the video. Oh, look at OBS. Ah, so nostalgic. Look at the backgrounds. I've got quite a few more things. So is this what I want? Let me just look at the world. Oh, that's the platform I'm on. What the heck? Okay, hold on. Let me rewind. So I start on this platform. So I've already got stuff. So this can't be the first one. So before that is the 40 miner backrooms map, but then some stuff I found out about 40 Miner. Is it this one? Oh, it's even older. Oh yeah, here it is, I think. There's Zarbyland. There you go. So this is where I make it. So cool. Zarbyland. This is where I spawn. Oh, I forgot. I forgot that's the sprinting. It was OP. That's how old the world is. The world I created while I was sprinting. And I think the latest update was the Shadows update. So I can't actually find where I end up being on the platform, so I might have done that in that Backrooms video, which is interesting, I suppose. But nonetheless, this is the first video where I go into the Zarbyland world. So I'm just going to screenshot this. And because the way screenshots are working at the moment mean I have to just copy it and then paste it here. I screenshot the wrong thing, really. Means that I have to go here onto, whatchamacallit, on Microsoft Paint, and then I just have to format it properly, then I save it. I'll save it in my screenshots folder. I'm just going to call it 4DOG or something, I don't really care. Then I simply drag it in. That is the wrong image. So I drag it in, I'll just, yeah, chuck it there, I guess. Is this what I want this to look like? Which one it is? Yeah, I guess. It's kind of the YouTube Studio screenshot I just realized, but I cannot be bothered changing it, so I'm going to go with that. Okay, and then I'm just going to say, okay, bye, and then leave. And I think this is what I want it to look like, so I'm just going to have another look. It's there somewhere. It's one of the videos. FutureZub, can you show me which one it is? Yeah, go check out that one, and then... Yep, that is what I want. So I feel pretty good about that. I'm going to continue cutting. I'm going to guess, by the way, that that's it. So if the rest of the video just involves cutting, then this video will probably end. So I guess I will see you at the desktop. Okay, here I just realized something. I said this. 2 of my videos are above 1,000. That's actually not true. 3 of my videos are about 1,000. So I'm going to put in some text and just flash in 3 star, which shows that I actually meant to say 3. And it is clear enough. Like usually I might need to add in a stroke to make it look a bit clearer, but I don't need to, so yeah, I'm not gonna. Okay, that's almost good. I think I just want to move a little to the left. Series by far 2 of my... I'm saying 2, like the t before the thing appears. I want it to appear at the same time. Series by far 2 of my videos are... Yeah, I think that's what I want. Okay, here I kind of stuffed up my speech. I don't understand it half the time. So I kind of want it to sound like I'm saying it clearly, so I'm going to have to do some trial and error. I don't understand it half the time. Don't understand it half the time. So this is good, and I just get rid of this part where I stuffed up, which is right here. And then, does this sound like how I want it to? Don't understand it half the time. No. So I think I have to get rid of this little bit here, and then I should be good. Don't understand it half the time. Yeah, that makes it sound good. If you've ever seen, by the way, in previous videos where my speech is good, but then there's just like a random cut, it's because this has happened, okay? So there you go. I said I'd see you at the desktop. This is a desktop, so I'm technically not wrong. Anyway, so this video is going to be 6 minutes and 50 seconds. I know, just ignore that for now. When the recording was 14 minutes, so that means I cut out about 7 minutes, so... That's pretty cool. I'm pretty pleased with myself with that. But I do want to show you the outro. What I do is I go somewhere in the video, I guess. I kind of want to be on the platform. Or maybe I show when I got jump scared by that spider. Whoa. Yeah, like that. Okay, so I'll select this part of the clip, copy that, Control C, and paste Control V twice. This one, I want to change clip speed and make that negative. And I'm going to select both, move it up and down like here, mute the bottom one. Then I get text, put it over the top here, make it so it's the length of the 2 clips, 3 minutes, okay? I'm going to copy the 2, so 3 minutes. I have to try and get it to 20 seconds, but the best I can do is 21 because 3 times 7 is 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then this should be about 21, it might be a bit more. 23, yeah. And the reason why it's more, it's because it wasn't exactly 3 minutes, it was like 3 minutes and 40 seconds or whatever. Next, I change the text to subscribe. Then I get my background.wav, drag that in, zoom out, shorten it a bit, drag it over. What I do is I get the back of it to align there, and then I just lengthen it until it works. And then that's pretty much it. And then I will watch through it just in case. I will see ya. Yeah, that's what I want. Very cool. All right, that is actually it. So I'm going to go over to the export section, the little laggy. Then I go over to here. It has like a YouTube preset thing. I'm going to choose it where I want it to save. I have this own specific folder, and I'm going to call it 93 because what's happened, like ever since I got DaVinci, I've named every video that I've made in DaVinci 1 and then 2 and then 3 all the way up to now 93. So that's the 93rd video I've edited in DaVinci, which is pretty rad. So then I select the resolution to be Ultra HD, which is 4K. Why do I do that? I don't know, it's kind of funny, I guess. Does it take ages to render? Yes. Do I care? No. So I'm going to add to render queue. I recorded in a lower resolution to what the actual rendering is, meaning I'm kind of wasting my time, but I really don't care. I'm gonna render it and then it's gonna start rendering, which will take like double the amount of the length, so probably like 12 minutes or whatever. But who cares, because this, 50 minutes? It only took so long because I was talking a lot. Like 28 minutes is normal, is what it should have been at least, and then an extra 20 minutes from me talking. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Check out my other content, and I will see ya.